Greetings, car fanatics. So we're back with the Lexus RX 330 and it's driving great, but I do need to take care of a few little issues. So first on the list, we need to change out the hood strut and then change out the engine air filter. We need to go inside, change out the cabin air filter. We need to do the rear brakes. We need to replace a rear quarter panel window trim, and then we need to get rid of the odor that's in the car, which smells a little bit like old cigarettes. Let's go ahead and get started with this video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to take care of is this hood strut. I did go ahead and replace this. Overall, it's really easy. You just have one bolt that you have to take off over here, and then you just have to do this little metal clip over here, and then you can pull this ball socket off of the ball on the hood, and then you simply replace that. Let's move on to the next item. So we're going to be using a genuine Denso filter, which makes the original air filter for the Lexus RX 330. This is a really simple process. You just need to loosen a few 10mm bolts here, which will allow us to gain access to the air filter housing. Once you have it loose, you can lift up the air box here. Alright, and this air filter is about 2 years old and it's pretty dirty. Let's put in the new one. And then you just got to kind of wiggle it, get it back in the right position. Okay, so it took some finagling, but we got the air filter back in and it's all clean. Let's move on to the next item. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the cabin air filter, which is easy to get to. Alright, so once you're in here, you just want to turn these little things over here because the cabin air filter is located right behind. So you can turn this counterclockwise over here. And then you can pull this out. We're going to do the same for the other side. Alright, so now you have access to the cabin air filter. You can just simply grab it right here with fill two tabs and pull it out. I did already change it, but I'm just showing you guys for demonstration purposes how you gain access to it. If you are going to replace the air filter, you just pull this out, put it back into the housing, and then you slip it back in. Alright, then you put this back up, and then these little tabs over here, you just get them in the right position and lock them in, and voila. This is a super easy job and you could do it in under 5 minutes. Alright, so now we're going to move on from the cabin air filter to the brakes. And I didn't capture this on video. I recently replaced the rear brake pads and rotors myself, and let me just talk about the cost of replacing the brakes on a Lexus compared to my Cayenne. So each brake rotor here was only $32. This is a Power Stop Geomet coated rotor, and you can see here that some of the coating is still coming off, which is going to keep it from getting corrosion. So $32 a piece. And then the brake pads are Brembo ceramic brake pads, and I believe I purchased those for about $40. So the two brake rotors and then the Brembo pads, which came with the grease and everything I needed. I actually didn't change out the hardware clips or anything like that, but overall, doing the brakes myself, I only spent $100. So on the Cayenne, I would be spending $100 per rotor and then another $100 on the brake pads, so just $300 on parts versus $100 for parts on the Lexus. Alright, so the next item that we're going to fix here is this window trim. So I did purchase this new window trim. It's not OEM, but it's designed for this car specifically, and I think I got it for about 80 bucks on eBay with shipping and everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at the installation video. Alright, so we did get this taken care of and now it looks nice and brand new. So the final thing on the car that we need to take care of is the interior, and it has a bit of a smell. When I purchased the car, it had a very strong air freshener smell, and I thought, you know, the dealer just went a little bit crazy with the air freshener. He did ask me, oh, do you smell the smoke? And I'm like, no, I can't smell the smoke. But as the air freshener faded away, I do smell a little bit of smoke inside the interior. So let me show you what I'm going to be testing out today. We're going to be using this Ozone Generator, and from videos I've seen, you run this in the car, the ozone will get inside, penetrate everything, the O3 is going to then oxidize with any odors and destroy them. So let's go ahead and test this out. So I placed the ozone generator back here. I'm going to set it for, let's just say, 30 minutes. And ozone's definitely not good for your lungs, so you don't want to breathe it. So I'm actually going to close the door, and then I'm going to plug this in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's plug it in. So we're all done with the treatment. We just need to let the car air out for 2 hours before we get back in. All right, guys, so I'm in the car, and in terms of ozone smell, it's not really any smell or anything in here. I have to say that the ozone generator actually pretty much removed any odor that was inside the car. I no longer smell the air freshener. The initial smell of that old cigarette smell is no longer here in the car. And everything just smells nice and fresh. So it looks like this ozone generator has really worked. Alright, car fanatics, so as you can see, pretty simple work to get the Lexus all sorted out. And the good news is, to do all of this, I've spent only $300 on everything. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you're notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.